Welcome back to the lab again. Yeah, I know. Hey, it's Sunday, and you'll know I was lying when I said I was going to have a day off. I never have a day off. Anyway, thought we'd fixed all the dramas. Did say I was going to check over the drive line and see, make sure everything's okay. That big hunking big piece of metal there in the middle of the picture, that is not okay. And as it turns out, that probably caused the little crash. Rubbish, you all say. He's just looking for an excuse. Well, I put my hand up at the start and said, yeah, my fault, driver error. But what I'm trying to do now with one hand, awkwardly, we'll put this power bar on the rear axle. Now the rear axle, the differential, has still got both stub axles in it. I can show you one of those actually, but it's got, one side has got one spline on it which goes onto the mechanical gears of the diff essentially. The other side has got two splines, so one spline goes onto the mechanical gears of the diff, the other spline goes onto the viscous coupling, which is the viscous limited slip part of the differential. So this side that we're looking at right here at the back of the car, this back axle is assembled as per normal, right? So I can put, watch that, it's a bit shaky hand because of my Coca-Cola. The car's in gear. I can put one hand on that and rotate it around like that. Apart from the fact I just dropped it all on the ground, it rotates nicely, nice and free, well, smoothly. So there's some load, obviously. We'll do that a little bit better, and I won't drop the socket this time. There's some load, but as you can see, that goes around nice and smooth. That's all cool. So this front one, I've taken that other stub out. That side there is the one that's got the double splines on it, one into the viscous and one onto the mechanicals, onto the gears. Here we are on here to turn this axle. Sorry, this looks clumsy because it's all one-handed, right? I'm pushing that extremely hard, and you can hear that is notchy. It's harder to turn this. In fact, I can't move it now. That's me full bore. That's my whole weight on that. And that's without the viscous coupling side of it on there. So, I'm huffing and puffing because that was properly hard work. That diff centre has failed. It's basically a locked diff now. So that makes perfect sense to me now. When I turned to the right from the outside of the pan and the car understeered dramatically, and I gave it another stab on the throttle to try and fix that, and normally it would have rotated around straight away, but it was a really slow rotation, built up a lot of speed towards the outside of the pan, bang into the wall. It didn't make much sense to me. I couldn't understand it. I figured it was wet and dry patches, or maybe I was a bit tired and a bit dizzy, but it looks like the car actually had a problem, which doesn't help, you know. So, what I'm going to have to do now, just because of the way I've designed the car, fortunately, I can actually get that diff centre out without taking the diff out of the car. So I can actually just pop this frame off here, this frame that runs across from one side to the other, and back to that original chassis rail back there, frame rail, whatever you want to call it. I can take that out, then I can actually just pop that front cover, which is actually the back cover because the diff's in backwards, but whatever. We can take that off, and I can chuck the centre out of it and see what the heck is going on. That's the cover off the diff, obviously. There's the centre sitting right there, right in front of us. Had a quick had a quick look with the torch, and I mean the gears are there. It doesn't appear to be any massive chunks of metal at the bottom. So yet to figure out exactly what's going on. Yeah, it's like a gear is cracked or something and it's jamming it up. So I'll get it apart, see what's going on. Gloves on for this bit. Messy, yucky, stinky oil. Oh, tight. Very, very tight. Let's not put water in there. It's not ideal. Probably wouldn't do any harm actually, but let's not do that. Right, so 2 bearing caps. Take note, of course, which way around they are, because you can't put them back and backwards, or things will go horribly pear-shaped. That is going to continue to fall down. I have to put a cable tie on that. And this diff is of course running backwards all the time, which is not ideal. But as I've said earlier on, it is quite a large diff, so we're kind of hoping it's not going to cause any problems. And we'll see what's going on internally in the actual diff center and see whether that has some things going on there that are directionally challenged. So, nearly there. Might actually come out pretty easily. It's a surprise. Right, just remember that was there like that. It comes out pretty easily too. This is not looking good. Normally they should fight a lot more than that. Right, we'll get a pry bar, give it a jiggle, see if we can get it out. Yeah, she's tight in there. Would not recommend doing this that way. That'll do it. Yep, there we go. That'll get it. Now there's shims and bearing cones, all sorts of things to be wary of here. That's the guts. That's literally the guts of the diff. I can't see anything yet. Let's get this torn apart. Right, loud noises. Very, very loud noises. You should fall off now. One or two of those still hanging there. There we go. Put that over there. Pull these bolts out. See what's going on with our differential, which is not differentialing. Right. What is wrong with you? Oh, it looks like that might come apart pretty easily. Still just pop a chisel around it. fine. Seems to be fine, doesn't it? Why is it so damn tight to turn? There it is there. See that? That's not right. That's picked up on that bit. That's probably our issue. Hopefully you can see that. Too many donuts, Al. It's picked up material on that shim. Push those gears closer together than what they should be. And I think we've seized a gear or two. Oh, interesting, I've just lost it. Shim. That one was there, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's good, that's good. That's poo. That's poo. I've seized the centre of the diff up. I might be able to rectify this. All is not lost. Oh. No, I've broken the gear. It's done. Look. She's finished. Right, so there she is. She's all apart. The spider gears are picked up on the shafts in the centre here. Two of them are seized on there quite well. One of them is actually, it's cracked. That's really properly broken. So there'll be no cobbling that one back together to make it go. It would not last long, although to be fair, there's only 4 or 5 runs up the hill we have to worry about at Leadfoot. If it wasn't for a cracked gear, like if that was just seized on there and the shaft was yucky, you could probably get away with making a bush or something and make it work, you know, you could get it done, but broken gear in there, it's finished. So, I'll update you later on. We'll go and see the guys at Nissan King tomorrow. Hopefully they've got something suitable, a diff with the same internals or the exact same diff, and we'll get it all put back together, get it in the car, go and see the guys at Top Town. We'll get these other 3 tyres replaced, and that's hopefully, I need to do some polishing, don't I? And polish the fuel tank and all that, but really I think we'll be on top of it at that point in time. I was suspicious that that diff was a little bit tight earlier on and didn't say anything about it until I got it apart and had a look at it, which is today. I picked up on it pretty much as soon as the car was on the jack stands. I turned all the wheels and I was a bit suspicious of what was going on there. So yeah, it happens. Alright, like, share, subscribe, get on with it. I'm going to go and have a cold drink. Catch you later.